Single-handed drawing. We'll work from the hip, we'll work from the appendix. Why? Why practice this skill? Why not just stick with the two-hand, good old-fashioned draw stroke? Well, if we take a look at violence and what we know of it, we don't always get a say-so. So first of all, awareness. Awareness is the currency with which you and I buy time to act. If I'm driving, if I'm in a crowd, if I am planning something months out, the more that I broaden my awareness, and I'm not just talking spatially, who's around me, but if I start to look at the climate, the weather, the tempo of what's going on in a community, I can maybe make good decisions to stop me from ever getting to the point where I'm having to do a single-handed sub-second draw stroke. I think if we always train a perfect two-handed presentation of the pistol, we're better off than most. But if we can develop the ability to get that gun up with one hand, and of course, if need be, defeat the cover garment, whatever that may be, one, we're adding to the proverbial toolbox. But again, if we look at what real violence often is, it's going to put us heads and shoulders above the average dude out there carrying a firearm. So let's just dig right in. By the way, if you notice, I've got on some very lovely slacks. Appendix, the brand Appendix, made in the USA. Out here on the range, just seeing how they feel as we're working. So, single-handed drawing. I guess that also is going to couple to single-handed shooting, because the concept is I'm unable to use my other hand, right? Maybe it's in the immediate. Maybe I'm tied up against something, right? And I've got to get that gun out, and there's no reason for me to join it. It's going to be a contact shot or a compressed type of a position. So there's that. My hand is preoccupied. Or the worst thing, my hand or arm is not usable for a fight. Now, we can game everything. It's a game, right? We can just, what if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? That can be a complete and total waste of your life. So again, like I mentioned, we got to look at the totality of real violence and think about what skills and abilities would I want. I was with a recent group of students, and I ask this, I ask it at every class. With us, you've heard me say it. I look around the group and I go, who here trains a legitimate martial art? Now, that's subjective, and it's not meant to be condescending. Legitimate means that you can protect yourself, right? That does not mean that somebody could go up against Mike Tyson or you know, Gordon Ryan or George St. Pierre, or one of these dudes that's like, you know, a great world-class fighter. But it means you can protect yourself, right? It means I've got skills and abilities to keep my feet underneath me, to understand how to move, maybe some grappling. So I'd be talking about wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, judo, things like this that have a proven validation over not just years, but eons. People have been boxing for thousands of years. People have been grappling since the dawn of time. Some of the stuff's gotten a little hokey. Anyway, I ask this question and people don't raise their hand. Usually it's 2 people or less out of a group of 20. That's bad. That is really bad. So we're willing to arm ourselves, go into public armed, but not expand our skills for probably the thing that we're more likely to need, which is not the nature of this video. But if we think about it, oftentimes these combative scenarios between humans that end in violence with the gun, they often start with very close in, very personal, very aggressive violence. So if I don't have the ability to protect, make space, take space, keep my feet underneath me, I don't know, man. I don't know how all the gun skills are going to work. That's another story for another day. Let's look at the single-handed draw stroke. To be studious and do this right, let's clear our gun out and work some dry reps. So remove the source of ammunition, store it on your body or on the table that I happen to have nearby. visually and if needed physically inspect chamber, breech, or bolt face, magwell. Look away, chamber, breech, or bolt face, magwell, or wherever your feed's coming from. Go through a good holstering process. For now, I'm going to work from the appendix. So I'm going to get myself set up, and I can just grab my pocket. I can grab my shirt, my chest. Because my microphone's up here, I'm going to keep my hand down here. Single-handed draw stroke from the appendix with most clothing. I want to go underneath everything. So I don't want to pluck. I want to go underneath, and I'm going to lift straight up. I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to punch down onto the gun. So I'll cover it back up. All the way under the clothes, lift up. I'm going to pinch with my forearm, punch down onto the gun, pop it out. And this is where we've got to start thinking about our posture. If I'm going to shoot one-handed, do I need posture? Yes. Recover to the holster. Defeat the garment. Option 2, the fans. The fans. This thumbs up, come up, punch down. Either way, I am still under the garment. I'm still under the garment. So I'm not plucking. I'm under with the little Fonzarelli thumbs up. I come up, I punch down, and I clear. If I move outside, inside, but back here, this Tenacore holster hugs real tight. I probably would not try to conceal it like this, but I'm going to show you for the video. Same thing. I can do this a couple of ways. The fans, from the front, I come up, I trace back. So I'm basically making an L across my body, up towards my sternum, over to the gun, punch down. So check it out. Up, over, down. See that? Do it again. Up, over, down. Option 2, reach over the gun, pull up, pinch again, punch down, punch the gun out. Very simple. Let's throw some eyes and ears on and look at this stuff alive. And a quick change of the camera angle. Let's load our blaster back up. Lock the slide or bolt to the rear seat, lock, tug, cycle, press check if that's part of your process. Tap, tap into battery. We'll start on the hip. So option 1, grab over the gun, come up, punch down, present the pistol, do what needs doing. Recover to the holster. Option 2, the Fonzarelli. So my thumb is up, yay, up, trace, back down, punch the gun out. Look at those one more time. Grab over the gun, up, I'm pinching, punch down. Option 2, Fonzarelli, up, track over. Again, I'm making an L, up, over. I guess it'd be up, over, down, but the track across the body is an L, up, over, down. Make sense? I'll face this way a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So the thumb comes under, up, over, down, and we run our gun. Let us come to the appendix. Here we go. And I've got a piece of TA steel at about 12 yards here. Left hand, I'm just going to grab my pocket, up, punch down, bring it up, drive the gun. So that was the underneath grabbing the shirt. Now we'll do the Fonzarelli, up, punch down. Make sense? Why don't we grab a shot timer and see what these look like with a little bit of a time. Okay, back with the shot timer, and don't fear, once we're done with this, I'll pull the cover garment back on, the open, and we'll work on the sweep, the cape sweep. Here we go. And appendix, I got to think about what I'm doing since I've got multiple holsters on, and we'll start this one with the undershirt grab. Ready? Felt like it took forever. 1.64. We'll try it from the hip now with the undershirt grab. Ready? $1.72. I don't think the position really had anything to do with it. I felt like I was taking my sweet time getting the gun out. We'll do the Fonzarelli L sweep here. Ready? From the hip. Little fumble. Yeah. Fought through it. 2.55. Let's do that again. Let's not end with that horse shit. Here we go. $1.86. We'll come back here, because now we've got to do the Fonzie here. Here we go. .159. I'm not the fastest shooter in the world. Never said I was, never am going to invest the energy to be. I'm looking to be sub 2 seconds for all these draw strokes. 10 yards is a decent target. I'm shooting C-zone out here. Let's take a look at that. This piece of C-zone steel out here. Let us switch to outside the waistband. I'm going to make some room in my pants. Get that inside the waistband holster off. So I'm going to top this mag off, and we'll throw that shirt on. All this moving around, it's got me all hot and bothered. Now we are going to work outside the waistband with the sweep. So of course, if that's what we're going to do, theoretically, I could have this tucked in, my shirt, and I'm going to tuck it in right now, because if I was carrying like this, I probably would do just that. I'd tuck this in so that if I needed that, I've got immediate access. This Tenacore holster is great. This other one's from Dark Star Gear. This Tenacore is a very durable Kydex, hugs the body. I use this all the time, wearing a flannel, a light jacket, a sport coat, etc. So let's work this and see what this looks like. I'm going to face this way so you can see. So a couple ways that we do this. With an open garment, I'll show you with this tucked up, or tight, buttoned up rather. Open, drop down. So it's a toss down, toss down. IDPA, you'll see guys sew a little bit of fishing weights in here, or guys with the fishing jacket will throw an empty magazine in there with the fishing vest. Toss it open, punch down. Toss it open, punch down. Toss it open, punch down. Let's see what that looks like out on the target. Toss it open. Except I got to shoot single-handed. I'm breaking my own rules. Here we go. Here. Toss it open. And we'll do it again. Toss it open. Do a little shot timerage, huh? A little shot timerage. Here we go. Stand by. I don't know why guys always got to take that tone of voice. Stand by. Stand by. Here we go. .155. Here we go. Stand by. That one felt a little quicker, and it was. .136. Oh, I got to show you the button. I'm so warm that I want this thing off. Let me button her up. Because that might be how we've got the son of a buck, right? It's not just a t-shirt. You might have your jacket buttoned up. Which you should think about when you're buying a clothing. Do you have it fitted in a way that it's not going to hang up on your gear? So, give you a little what see? Oh, all right, here we go. So I'm going to grab over the gun. I'm going to pull up, pinch, punch right down. Pull straight up, pinch. And when I say pinch, I'm pinching my clothes to my torso with my hand. See that? Up, pinch, grab the gun, punch it out. Let's take another look at that. Up, pinch, punch it out. Let's do it again. If you miss, make it up. I missed. Let's do it on the timer. Good carpenter always has nails. This guy forgot to load that gun. I swore she was loaded. Yep, well, you saw it on film, ladies and gentlemen. And we tap racked. So it was 396 with the tap rack, whatever the hell that means. Here we go. Well, that was fast as shit, but I missed. 139. Here we go. One, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. Grabbed a little bit of t-shirt on that one. We'll get her set back up. Another one on the timer here. Here we go. Ah, fight through it. Ha ha. Fight through it, you son of a buck. 2, 3, 4 with a snag. Here we go. One more. Can't end on that crap. .219. I had a miss. Got myself all flustered. Marksmanship can't go away just because you're trying to go fast, right? I'm trying to shoot a good video and look like I know what I'm doing. One more time on the timer. Here we go. One, 3, 8. 1, 3, 8. Whew, I got to get this thing off. There we go. Very basic stuff. I think it's something that if you're training and you carry a gun on the reg, incorporate single-handed draw strokes. In fact, if you're one of those junkies that goes to classes and the instructor will allow it, run the whole day 2, 3-day course with single-hand draw strokes. It will pay off dividends. Think about what the goal is. Think about the outcome. Train for that, man. Train for the outcome that you want. For me, it's to win in violence. It's to stay out of violence. So I want to pay attention. I don't want trouble. I don't want to make trouble. I want to see if something's out there. Awareness buys us time to act. Shout out to my homeboys at Supervel. This is the new 223 77 grain match. Very nice. Sub MOA, if your gun's capable of it. That means less than 1-inch groups at 100 yards, okay? That's not actually what sub MOA means, but they're gonna shoot very nice. They've got all kinds of stuff. 62 grain, solid copper, old school 9, solid copper 9, and you know what? All the stuff that you guys have seen me shooting for years, thousands and thousands of rounds of their training ammo, flawless stuff, very nice. Be well, don't be dickheads, tell somebody you love them, and if you haven't yet checked out Ignis Lux Coffee, we roast this ourselves with love. I can't say enough about the Hot Rod blend. I smell it right now. It's delicious, delicious stuff. Bye now. Running it out of the 18-inch Radian, just to go over those numbers again with the extreme spread, 34 feet per second, 9.7 standard deviation. That's pretty freaking good. By pretty freaking good, I mean really freaking good.